part of you that died. I'll carry all my life. Lovers slowly decomposing, so it goes. Could have been paradise. Could have had diamond eyes that held so tight that I lost her. It could have been firefly. That fire died, dead and gone. I was wrong. Love's a call. I'm a monster.
Monsters. Monsters. Monsters.
Hope lingers on after the one you love is gone. Thought I smelled your ghost in my winter coat, and our love became a void, another echo in the noise that can't erase what we became. It could have been paradise, could have been you.
Ladies and
and
gentlemen,
I
everyone,
played the
my name is Tim Powell, and this
Haven't
is
even
the
put on the
Crashing on the
cameras
Couch
yet.
podcast.
Oh no, not that one! Holy shit!
Are we recording
There we
yet?
go.
What's up?
Yes, we are
What up?
recording. Logo's gone, camera's up. Let me turn off the music.
Music's still rolling.
Wait. Alright, that can be muted. Alright, anyway, Ethan, you can scoot in a little bit before we have to duck, because we have to show off these. Oh wait, we need to put this up a little bit more to show off all of them. So,
Well, if you're listening right now, not watching the feed, I'm gonna say welcome back to Crash on the Couch podcast.
welcome everybody.
We're excited to have our dear friend and Pittsburgh local artist Tim Powell in the house.
How's it going?
Yes, Tim Powell.
If you are listening right now, I would highly suggest to either change over to YouTube instead of Spotify, or pull up our Instagram to check out the related photos.
Yes.
Everything, because Tim is a visual artist, we're going to be referencing a lot of his work tonight. And if it's all right with you, Tim, I would love to post all this shit on our Instagram,
Oh,
just
yeah,
so people
absolutely.
can like reference it when they're listening, if they're not on YouTube, you know.
Yeah,
Um,
of course.
So, but yeah.
Well, first,
We're all of our technical stuff is good.
Yeah, we're all good. Everything is all good.
As you guys know,
All of these pieces of work are his behind us. Tim, if you want to just duck down a little
Yeah,
bit,
I'm good
just to
here.
show off this one. These were gifts. He gave these for Christmas. Each one of these are ours. And then these up here, which I'm going to move the camera up for a second. All three of those he also made. Those are specifically spray paint art. But yeah, so
as you know, we've been hyping up the new paintings behind us with all these 2022 new episodes. The ones that are sitting on the back of the couch in frames are this man painted those each specifically for me, Peyton, and our two roommates.
Yeah, they're digital illustrations. I did them on Photoshop.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
Nice. Nice.
Do you want to go ahead
He should
and
introduce himself. He should
introduce yourself and talk about what you do?
Yep. Hi, my name is Tim Powell, and I am a spray paint artist and digital illustrator. I have a degree in graphic design, and I am certified in communication and publishing. And I do a lot of paintings. My Instagram is timpowellart if you want to take a look. I post a lot of spray paint time-lapse videos. I do a lot of comic book artwork, and then I do graphic design stuff.
Awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. This has been this is one of the podcasts we've been more excited to do once now that we're back at it. So,
I appreciate it.
dude, where do you how do you Okay, so these paintings that are hanging on the wall, right?
Uh-huh.
I knew
Yeah,
you were an artist. We like talked about art and shit for a while, but then I saw it on your Instagram story, and I like saw you spray painting it. I was like, holy fuck! Like, well, I was like, one, that's cool, but two, you like did the time lapse of you spray painting it. I was like, yo, that's fucking crazy. How
You
much
wanna,
for these
you,
paintings?
you want to hear more about the time lapses?
Dude, I want to hear all about it.
Okay. So when I was like, um, probably like 11 or 12 years old, my mom took me to something called the Irwin Art and Jazz Festival, which is like an art show in my hometown. It was like on Thursdays in the summer. People would like play saxophone in the street, and there'd be like vendors selling, jewelry and paintings and stuff. And there was this 17-year-old kid. His name was Doug. I don't remember his last name, but he was posted up in the middle of in like an alley just doing those spray paintings. And I sat there and I watched him for hours doing like the planets, and like he did a lot more like bridges and stuff like that. He'd like carve those into the paintings and stuff. But my mom eventually felt bad that I'd been standing there like watching this guy and not buying anything. So we bought a painting, and I went home and started YouTubing spray paint art. And yeah, I've been making them since I was 12. I didn't really get any good at it till I was probably 17. In my AP Studio Art class, I did a lot of spray paint stuff. And yeah, so when I do those, when I film videos of me doing the spray paint time lapse videos, there's like I have that overhead camera view.
Yeah, yeah.
Like a bunch of people will like send me like messages and DMs, and it'll be my comments about how I'm like, how do you get that angle or whatever? Like they think I have some sort of like professional like camera rig or setup or anything. My garage door, it goes up. I slide my phone into the handle. And I just hit like record on the time lapse on iPhone, and I get the overhead shot.
Very professional.
Hmm.
I thought you had like a C stand or something.
Nope.
I th- is that? Do you use your phone for the photos you take of your work?
Yep.
For
Uh-huh.
even for like the prints?
Yeah. I
Okay.
have a Photoshop app that I use. Sometimes I like to do HDR photos when I post pictures of my paintings, and it like helps like the darks look dark and the lights look light.
Sweet, dude.
So do you want to talk about these ones in the background first?
Oh yeah,
Or
sure.
do you want to talk about the ones up here? I'm gonna
Oh,
put
the
them
ones you sent
on.
me.
I'm gonna put them on this screen right here. Actually, it's all set up. I just had to do that.
Oh.
So I have it all set up and everything,
That's cool.
and then I can just click next.
Well, I'm also kind
So-
of curious to hear
But
about
do you,
like.
do you want to ask? Do you want to talk about the question?
Well, we talked about spray painting. I'm kind of curious to
Yeah.
hear about like the digital art side.
Oh, the digital
Like, 'cause-
art side.
well, you and I've talked about the spray painting before to a degree, I think. But
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm
uh-huh.
kind of curious, like, how do you paint in the computer? I guess.
Okay, so essentially,
Talk to me
are
like
you
I'm a
familiar
boomer.
with Microsoft Paint?
Oh, I'm very familiar. Our logo was made in Microsoft Paint right before they killed it.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know they killed it. It's gone.
I mean, you can still find like if you have an old computer, you can still use it, but like it's not. They're not updating it anymore. They're not putting it on any new computers.
I don't even like the new Microsoft Paint, you know? Like I
Yeah.
liked when they were pixels and squares, you couldn't get a rounded brush. But yeah, so I guess my digital art stuff sort of started with Microsoft Paint, like drawing things in Microsoft Paint and learning how to use the mouse to like I would draw like pictures of Mario and stuff like that. But when I went to high school, we had like there was a class called digital painting, which I assumed was going to be like some like fancy Microsoft Paint Photoshop stuff. And when I was 12, I like downloaded illegal Photoshop and was like drawing little like pencil sketches and then scanning them in my computer and then trying to like color them like they were professional comic book pieces. Remember drawing like Star-Lord whenever that Guardians of the Galaxy movie came out?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's actually like really cool. Do you still use that same?
Yeah, the steps of doing like a digital piece from like a pencil sketch are exactly the same as that. Like it's the same sort of process, but now I use a digital drawing tablet. So I'll draw like a sketch on paper and pencil, and I don't like scan anymore, but I'll take a photo of it on my phone and I'll email it to myself, and then I'll pull it into Photoshop, make a layer on top of it, and then with my it's almost like drawing like on an iPad, you know, like one of those. Um, I'll go over the lines, like do my inking layer, and then I'll make a layer underneath the inking layer, and I'll color that, and that's how I'll like make a digital piece. That's how these 4 were made. hmm Yeah, uh-huh. It's very different. Like so when you're drawing pencil on paper, it everybody's familiar with that feeling. Like it's like sort of anything can happen when you're on the like drawing tablet. Sometimes like where you push on the tablet will not line up exactly with where it is on the computer screen. It's called parallaxing, and like companies like Wacom, which is like the top drawing tablet company. I personally have a Huey on Canvas Pro. But that difference between Pro and not Pro is a difference in how much the screen is allowed to parallax. Like, do you pay the extra $200 to make sure your pencil is a little bit closer, or do you, you know, yeah.
We
hmm
will, if we have time, we will answer questions. We see the one question in the chat right now. We will answer questions towards the end of the podcast. So we will
Oh, I
answer
just see
that
him.
question
Let's
for you.
go. Big
And
Tim,
then if
so
you don't
hype.
have time for that, you can check
I know
out.
this man.
We will have the podcast up on YouTube and on Spotify. So if you want to just tune in for that question, you can fast forward that to the end if you don't have time to stay for the entire podcast. So, but that's I'm not sure if you can hear it.
Matt's telling us about his
Oh.
bodily functions
Stream's
as
delayed.
usual.
Yes, just slightly, yeah. So, and I didn't think my link. I posted a link to your thing, but it got deleted. So I need to add moderator. Okay, now I should be able to do it. All right. Anyway, so, all right. How about we start with the art? So, how about you tell us about this piece? Unless you want to skip some. You know, if there's ones you want to talk about more.
Or fuck Tim, is there
specifically?
something you wanted to ask us about?
Yeah. Oh,
Well,
I
what's
guess
on your
so.
mind, dog?
Yeah,
Fuck.
yeah.
We for people that are like not listening, we hang out with has crashed on this couch many a time.
Yes,
many
yes,
a
I
night.
have. I've spent many a night on this couch.
A veteran, you can say, of crashing on the couch. Who?
Not anymore.
Okay. 'Cause I heard you say that, and that's Matt, and I think it came through Peyton's microphone.
I just fixed it.
Couldn't hear me that well.
Is it working?
Yeah, yours is fine. It was just
Okay.
his mic that he muted. So.
Do I have any questions for you?
Or just like I don't know.
When's your movie dropping?
Is there anything?
Oh,
whoa. All right. Talk to us about this art. Okay.
Got him. Got him.
This motherfucker thinks he's slick.
Okay, there's the link. All right, I just posted the link in the chat to his Instagram page, and then his @ should also be in the description. So, but there it is in the chat right now. If you just want to click that.
I think
to
my
go to
follow
his
count's
page.
currently at 666, so I don't know if I need more followers or not. That's like
You need exactly 3 more followers.
Exactly 3 more followers, and that's it. It's probably as many people as there are in the stream right now. So.
I mean, judging by the different looking profile pictures, this might be our most streamed episode so far.
We have 3 people in the chat.
That's a record.
That's a record.
Johnny, Aaron, and someone else. Who knows? All right. Are we looking at these art?
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's start there. See where it takes us.
Okay.
All right. So if you want to skip some, we can. This is just the ones that you sent
Yeah.
us.
So this first painting here, this is a spray painting on poster board. Like that's literally a 50-cent piece of poster board I got at Dollar Tree. And then all the spray paints are Rust-Oleum brand from your local Walmart. Like $4 a can.
Listen, we
Anyhow.
know you work at Walmart now. It doesn't mean you can just sponsor Walmart.
Okay.
We are not sponsored by
I feel like
Walmart,
this
but I would not
podcast needs some money.
I would not reject a Walmart
I would not
sponsorship.
reject any. Well,
I-
there
No,
would be
there's some,
sponsors.
but
There
probably
are
not
some.
Walmart.
Walmart
I, for
now.
one,
no,
would
no.
like to be on the record saying I'm for Walmart when the corporations take over, you know?
Are they paying you to say that?
They will be.
They will be.
All right, so this painting, this is when I made this, I had been going through like a very bad, severe case of artist block. Instagram, for whatever reason, had started shadow banning my posts. Well, I know damn well why.
Wait.
Wait,
You're gonna have
is
to
this
let
appropriate?
why.
No,
Is
yes,
this
it's very
appropriate?
appropriate.
Okay,
So,
okay.
I received an email from a digital marketing company by the name of, can I name drop here? I guess
I don't give a shit.
Grogster. Grogster was the name of this company.
Oh, you told me this. Okay, yeah, keep going.
And they emailed me and were like, hey, like we absolutely love your art, but we noticed that you're like a smaller account, so we would like a chance to like be your social media manager and like reach out to other artists and stuff and try to give you a bigger following. So there was like a free day virtual assistant thing that they wanted to let me try. I was like, yeah, sure, do it. And then it gave me a couple questions like how much engagement did I want him to like try and find.
That's probably as much as possible, right?
Yeah, that's exactly what I put. I put like as much as possible. Like I told him to comment on as many people's posts as possible, like anything that he wanted to do. I gave them my password and they logged in. And I got this like essentially what happened was somebody sent bot messages from my account to like millions of human beings. And I guess that there was an option on that thing when I was filling it out to like type out messages that you would want to send, or it would just like the guy would, or like it would just come up with like messages to try to get people. I assumed it was like a human being running this thing, and when I learned it was not.
So it was an algorithm.
Yeah. So essentially, somebody was messaging all sorts of people around the world like, "Greetings, I am Tim Powell. Follow me," or like specifically, I remember that there was one that was like we could be good friends or something like that. Like imagine you getting that sort of comment on your like you would not want that in any way, shape, or form. And they put out so many comments at a rate in which Instagram claimed like couldn't happen. Like within this 24-hour, one-day free trial, Instagram banned me from posting because they thought I was a bot account and like a bunch of other
I
stuff.
mean, in a way, that you were a cyborg account at the time.
Yeah, exactly. And so I went from having like I was on the explore page a couple like consistently. I had like one with 1,000 likes and I was all super happy about that. And then like 2 weeks later, bro, 23 likes. Like I couldn't get any like there's nobody looking at my posts.
Oh my god.
All my hashtags had been banned from like using them too many times, and like that obviously that bot account thing.
So they wouldn't like they would block your hashtags
so, like,
from being viewed in search.
Anything, and I literally wasn't making paintings. I wasn't sharing anything, and so like in the summer of that year, this was 2019,
Okay.
January, February, like around that time, and because I had just come home from my first stint at college, but this was in the summer of that year. This painting in front of us, because I had like finally had enough of not painting, and I just decided to like ask as many people as I could on Instagram to do one abstract painting. And I called it like the abstract art challenge, and I think I got like 23 people or something to all quit whatever style they were currently working in, and just like throw color at the canvas until they felt like it was complete. And that's what I did with this one. So I took like I said, it's white poster board. And I took a blue painter's tape and I like taped up that pattern. I did all the borders, and then I did that little like sectional in the center there, and then I just sprayed spray paint like all over it, like all sorts of different layers. The video's on not my Instagram right now, but at formerly timpowellart, you can find it.
Wait, is it the
Oh,
account
yeah.
actually formerly?
Yeah, that's exactly what it's called. Yeah,
How many like from switching from that to the new one, how many followers did you lose?
So that one at its height had like 2,000, not a whole lot or whatever.
2,000 is more than this podcast has.
But it drastically has dropped since I stopped using it. Like hundreds of people have left it.
They've
But-
unfollowed you?
Well, the old account that I no longer use,
Yeah.
like on Shadowband or whatever. So I made a new account, and I'm currently, like I said, at 666 or
Yeah.
something like that.
Damn.
It just went up. Thanks, Joe. I
It just
appreciate it.
went
Oh. Wow. Getting
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
We need one more follower. I said that last one looks like it could have been like an album cover.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
an album
currently,
cover would have been sick. for the
Currently, it's
last
hanging in the bedroom of, or the dorm room of Henry White, who's a friend of mine from high school. This one I remember.
If I can ask you to pause for 1 second, I'm gonna, if you're listening, and I'm gonna put on our Instagram when we post all these, I'll timestamp in the Instagram description for like slide 1, a minute, 5 minutes or whatever. We'll timestamp these in the in Instagram. Sorry, just for the audience if they want to watch and like look along. Anyways, this one's really cool, dude. Whenever I was looking through these earlier and downloading them from the email you sent me, this might be my favorite one.
Oh yeah, this was my favorite one for a very long time. I don't know if it still is, but it definitely was. So this piece I painted at the end of my senior year of high school, and I was like feeling, like I was at this weird point where I felt like I was stuck in between like two very large life choices. And so that's sort of what this painting represents. You can see that that's my silhouette sitting on a hillside in between the sun and the moon. And I call it day and night, like the Kid Cudi song. And essentially, I'd felt like going to college, because I had pretty good grades. I could make it into a good college. Like that, to me, like that was like the next big step in life, was to like go to college, and then after that, like find a career, and then like, house, car, or whatever, you know what I'm talking about?
The
like
American dream. Yeah.
Yeah. So, in my mind, the sun represented that, and then the moon represented, sort of like not going to college, and like just sort of like doing what I wanted, and like painting, like a small like cabin lifestyle in which you paint pictures and like not try to be ambitious or anything like that. And so I felt like I was stuck in between these two choices. But regardless of if I became successful and like had a bright future, like the moon would still be fine, Like it'd be perfectly adequate. It just shines a little brighter, or like not as bright as the sun, you know what I mean?
I do know what you mean. Do you still feel that way?
Well, I technically have 2 college degrees, or like a degree and like several certificates, and it has given me all the skills to stock shelves overnight at the Walmart.
Hey, I did that for a bit after graduating too, so I feel that, dude. I feel that. All right, let's go to the next one.
Oh, this one's a fun one.
I don't know if I can like.
This is currently hanging at my
Oh,
my
there
best
we go.
friend
Nice.
Jared Hernandez's apartment
Nice.
in Robinson.
At Robinson, dude, this one's sick.
Yeah.
This was a spray paint one, like the ones behind us.
Yeah, one of my best friends bought this at my gallery show in March of 2020, right before COVID hit.
Damn.
I was supposed to get a whole month, and I got 5 days, and then a pandemic swept across the nation.
Did they like charge you for the whole month, or like how does that work?
So basically, I didn't pay anything to use the venue, but every painting I sold, 30% went to the curator.
Wow.
I mean,
I told
I've
people,
heard of 50% going to the curator,
yeah,
so
but like this is like
but that's
small
still pretty.
town Irwin,
That's
this
still
is the
pretty
size of a
high.
Kitchenette was,
Yeah.
it was a small venue. It was at Feathers Artist Market, but I liked it. It was fun.
This is sick. This is like just a really sick
Yeah.
painting. It's Pittsburgh, obviously.
Yeah, it's like inspired by Pittsburgh. Essentially, like when I go and make these, I don't really have anything in mind. So I'm carving this city into here, and like the buildings sort of look Pittsburgh shaped, because that's where I'm from.
Oh, stay tuned. There's a Mac Miller painting coming up. I don't know how far it is, but there is a Mac Miller one coming up.
It's like
So-
radio.
I like that you always incorporate that. Not always, but often you incorporate like space into the background.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm real inspired by space. It's got like unconventional colors, big contrasts. It's very pop arty, which is sort of like my favorite kind of art.
Okay. All right, let's go to the next one. Oh, okay. zoomed up on it. All right, there's the next
Oh,
one.
okay.
Oh, there's a lot to this one.
This one's interesting.
I call this one the xenomorph giraffe one. And that's
Oh, I see
Okay.
it now. Holy cow, those are
This is-
xenomorphs. Those are xenomorphs. What the heck?
So this one is a collaboration. Okay, this isn't just me on this one. It's
Okay.
me and a man. He's one of my like Instagram friends. His name's Cool Stuff Man on Instagram, and he does a lot of comic book stuff. He goes to like conventions and stuff. He's in LA right about now.
I'll make sure we tag him.
But
Um,
anyway, so
The era.
we'd been following each other for a while, and he I asked him if he wanted to do like a collaborative piece. This was during that summer when like Instagram was banning me.
What year was that, if you don't mind
That was
asking?
2019.
2019. Okay.
Yeah. Anyhow, and so like I just like wanted to use Instagram to do fun stuff. So I just asked this guy if he wanted to do like a collab, and he sent me a picture of a pencil drawing of those little like cyborg monks, trying to tame these xenomorph giraffes. And it was just like pure black and white. No, none of those colors were there. There wasn't a space background. It was just pure white. And I just digitally colored it in my drawing tablet. And then I sent it to him, and then he we posted it. It was like a collab thing.
Dude, that's sick,
He
man.
did a version of coloring where he put it in front of it was like they were in front of the ocean, but all the colors were weird. Like it was like green water in the ocean and a purple sky, sort of like mine.
Oh.
Or
Okay.
no, it was a green sky, purple water. It's like the opposite of mine. But yeah, I think it looks pretty cool.
When you get like, I don't know, maybe this isn't the right one to ask about. I don't know. That's a.
We
Did
go
you ever
next.
get an explanation from him, like why he drew like xenomorph giraffes?
No, he just he has like a really imaginative brain. This guy, Cool Stuff Man. He one time he actually gave me the biggest compliment I've ever received in my life. He said that my artwork drops jaws and splatters brain cells. Anyway, but he's got a comic book out. It's called Blubber Island. You can buy
Blubber
that.
Island.
Yeah, Blubber Island.
I might have to.
You can
I
go
might have
check
to
it
have this
out.
guy on the podcast.
Oh, dude, he lives nowhere near here. He's like I think he's like in his 30s or 40s. I've never talked to him in person, but like he seems really nice.
We can set up a Zoom call or something, maybe.
Yeah,
We'll-
maybe.
Maybe we'll reach out.
There's another guy in Ohio I like named SG Spray Paint Art. He's like the Yoda to my Luke in terms of art.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
So was there, after you started Googling shit on YouTube and learning how to spray paint, was there anywhere like, what was it like beyond, okay, so you used YouTube tutorials to start learning how to do this.
Yep.
What was that like
Specifically,
learning
a
process
guy
like? Was it
named, Oh yeah. So I watched a bunch of videos from this guy called Spray Casso, like Picasso. Yeah, that was just the one that I would watch. And anyway, he would do like real time, very slow, very like explaining like step by step, like take the spray paint 6 inches to like a foot away from the piece of paper. Spray lightly. You don't want to get like all one area. You want to do like layers and coats. And then he'd show how to get like textures and patterns and how to use a palette knife to like carve into the paint and reveal the color that is underneath the drawing. And that's sort of like how I do.
yeah, how you did the lava?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Like every time that you see like a city in one of my spray paintings, it was all space, and then I took a palette knife and I carved that black away, revealing the color underneath.
Oh.
Like it's in all the time lapse videos. They're
Yeah.
like 30 seconds, so like you really can't tell what
Yeah.
what's going on. But like,
Well, so like for this one,
yeah,
for
I was thinking
example.
about posting. Yeah, exactly.
So like,
So
if you want to
essentially,
like
I sprayed pink, yellow, and orange down, and then I covered the whole thing in blue.
all this
And then
blue.
I took a metal roller with a straight edge, and then like carved those like patterns on top of it.
Wow. Okay, so that's how that works. And was that the same for like the moon, like this moon,
Okay,
and this
so
moon, or is that
I'll
different?
spray paint different layers down, different colors. Like I probably went like green, yellow, and orange for that big planet. Ugh, and then I spray paint half of it white and half of it black for shadow and lighting. And then I'll take a magazine paper or like a plastic like have a nice day bag you get from like a grocery store, and I put it on top and then rip it off and like add different little textures and
Okay, yeah, that
Have
I
a
then
nice
I
day
time
bag.
Okay. But that's awesome.
But then I cover it with like a cup, or occasionally I used to use movie popcorn buckets when I was doing real big paintings. And so you get a perfect circle, and then you spray paint your dark blue or your black or your space color around it.
Wow.
The tools of the trade.
Mhm.
Now, when you're doing those and you're scraping it, are you scraping it while it's still wet, or are you scraping it when it's dry?
While it's still wet.
Okay, that's what I thought,
Yeah,
but I wasn't sure.
If it's dry, you're out of time.
You're just gonna like peel and
Yeah,
chip.
you have
Yeah.
to move fast with spray paintings. Or if you're going to take a long time to do a bunch of detail works, get clear coat to keep the painting wet.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Do you use the clear coat afterwards as well to like seal it up, or is
Yes.
it just to keep it moist?
You make it shine. It's nice. Oh my God, Mr. Hornacek's listening to my podcast. That's pretty wild.
Fuck yeah.
Wow, let's go. Let's go. That's pretty sick.
Is he your old art
Yeah.
teacher?
No. He was one of my scoutmasters. One of my.
Oh, cool.
Dude, we're up to 6 viewers.
Wow.
We're up
Wow,
to 6
new
viewers.
record.
Wow. Maybe
That's,
we can get up to 10.
maybe.
Holy cow.
Tell your friends.
Yeah, tell your friends. Maybe we can get up to double digits. That'd be pretty sick. All right. Here's the next one.
Yeah,
if you have
this,
anything to say about this one.
Where
This
did
painting was cool. This one's a spray painting as well. This is a spray painting and palette knife, which I was just sort of describing how to use.
where do you get the inspiration for something like this?
Okay, well this one is this one's a really interesting one. So I was hanging out with my friend Rachel, and we were talking about like God and the devil and stuff like that. So I sort of akin this to like a portrait of Lucifer. He's like half fiery passion and half cold indifference. But this one started out as a painting of a tree, and I wanted it to be sunny on one side and light on the other side, and have red leaves on one side and blue leaves on the other side. And I made the trunk too fat and I hated it. So then I just took my palette knife and I started like carving into it. And I started to get that background with like the dark red, like the black is like carved
Yeah.
out of the red.
Yeah.
And there's like black carved into that blue up there.
Wow.
And
And there's almost like a face.
yeah, exactly. So then I took a palette knife and started like doing like a portrait. While me and my friend Rachel like talked about different passages of like Revelations and stuff like that,
Wow.
and the fall of the angels.
That's
It was pretty cool. It was like 3 o'clock in the
crazy.
morning.
It was like 3 o'clock in the morning.
Those are the best conversations sometimes.
Dude, that's crazy. This is such a sick art piece. Oh, man. Wow.
You know what that reminds me of?
Yeah, what's up? What's it remind you of,
So,
JoJo?
I don't know if you ever played it, but Azra's Wrath. That looks like it will be one of the main bosses.
It looks like a boss. I've never played Azra's Wrath, but sounds cool. Oh, this one's like a pop art. This is like an Andy Warhol inspired piece of pop art. That's a friend of mine, Addie. She asked me to draw her, but she had like a idea I didn't want to go with. She wanted me to do draw her in like a space outfit, floating in space with a space bun, whatever that means.
A space bun?
Yeah,
Like her hair in a bun?
yeah, something like that. And I was like, all I do is space, so I was like, no.
No.
And I was like, here, like, if you want a self-portrait, this is it. And this ended up like doing very well. Like this has gotten me A's and like art contests in school and stuff like that. This is actually in my portfolio. Like this is
wow.
in the 12 images I show companies, because it's just like a pretty like perfect piece of pop art.
Yeah.
When you think of pop art, this is what you think of.
Mm-hmm. It's like Roy Lichtenstein inspired, who's like an old 60s comic book artist.
What kind of what comic books did he animate or did he illustrate?
So like he would do a lot of like he himself didn't make the comic books, but what he would do is he'd like find like little tiny images from like old World War II comics and stuff, and then he'd blow up and do big paintings with all these little dots of the thing. Because back in the day when you had to color on that like pulp paper, you had to put down like if you wanted to get a skin tone, you left it white and then you put like little red dots. So
Yeah,
that's how
yeah.
far away it would do that. Like he did a lot of that printing stuff. I don't know. You could pull up some of his pictures. They all sort of look like this, and they usually have speech bubbles.
Dude, what's his name? Here, pull him up.
Roy
real quick.
Lichtenstein, who's a 60s artist.
Dude, well, now I'm curious. Can we find this?
Yeah.
Can we screen? Can we like screen?
Get Jojo to look it up. Like he's
Well,
Jamie.
hold on. I can.
No, we got Jamie right here.
Oh. Well.
All right, Jamie, pull that up.
Let me go.
Take
Hey.
it off the screen.
Over here first. and then I'll pull that back up already there until I pull it up.
So wait, what's his name?
What's it?
Roy Lichtenstein?
Yeah.
Lichtenstein?
Oh, it's literally immediately pops
They're
up.
listening to us, man.
They are, dude. They're always listening.
Well, you better fucking like and subscribe
Yeah.
if you're listening.
See, like hit the image database there.
It's just this.
Yeah, but
Maybe if I get
just hit
into,
like images. Good.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you see how that's
Yeah. It's like a lot of like close-ups on blonde-haired women.
Yeah, specifically.
Okay.
There's one that's a newer one there. It's like Scarlett Johansson on the phone, like it's in the Avengers movie.
Okay. Oh right. You mean?
Yeah. Well, you see the redhead? That face is drawn like Scarlett Johansson. And that's her saying "Oh, all right" to Fury on the phone whenever she's tied up in the Russian's room.
All right.
Right. But very interesting.
I feel like I've seen some memes of this artwork.
There's one right there from a World War II comic book.
This one.
Yeah.
So did he draw this originally, or did
I
he
have
like
no
do
idea,
stuff
man.
in addition to
I
this?
first was introduced to his work in high school. My art teacher, Christina Satterfield, showed me.
Wham. Okay.
Now I noticed some of the stuff you drew. That I mean, we could probably skip ahead to that and
Oh, yeah,
come
you can go
back.
to the next page.
I noticed that you've done some
Which one?
comic book style stuff.
Oh, yeah,
With
yeah,
like panels here. If you like, it's like yeah. Here you go.
Okay.
Oh, it's out of order. Hold up.
Oh wait a second.
Go to the.
Okay.
That's the
so
first page. Go back.
This one's the first
That's the
page.
first page. This one's the second page, and that first one's the third page. It got
All
out of
right.
order.
Okay. Well,
So-
we can talk about.
Yeah.
We can talk
So
about what this
when you started doing this, did you like were you thinking about him when you started doing this, or
That guy.
was it just a matter of like I always
grew
wanted
up
to?
reading comic books, so like that. I've never once like seen a Roy Lichtenstein comic, but I've seen like his artwork.
Yeah,
and
okay.
faces and stuff like that. I was like super inspired by like George Perez, who did like the New Teen Titans comic book, and like I think he did Wonder Woman and the Justice League too.
Okay.
I liked a lot of that stuff. Batman. I really like Watchmen. Which is a
Oh, dude. I
graphic
mean, I
novel.
love. I mean, you know I love Watchmen.
Yeah,
you can fucking
yeah,
see it on
yeah.
our bookshelf over there.
Watchmen and V for Vendetta.
Yes, Alan
Yes.
Moore, one of the goats of writing.
I like From Hell. It's a story about who he thinks did the Jack the Ripper murders.
Who Alan Moore thinks did?
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, I'm gonna have to read that.
Yeah,
Alan Moore's one of my favorite writers,
I'm
man.
gonna have to read that.
They made
I'm
a
gonna have to
movie
read
with
that.
Johnny Depp as the lead detective based on it, which of course Alan Moore would hate because he hates adaptations of his work. But and
Does he?
they bastardized.
He's-
it. It had
he's-
nothing to do with the comic.
He's complicated with his like adaptations of his work. They said Watchmen was like the book that could never be adapted,
Yeah,
and there's
they've done it twice now.
Well,
the
the TV
HBO is
show-
like a different storyline,
It's
isn't
an
it?
adaptation.
But it's
But
okay,
it's
but
a
it's a different
different
story.
timeline.
By definition, it's an adaptation.
Well,
It's-
okay, yeah.
But
yeah,
the
yeah.
different it's a different plot, so
Yeah.
you can't compare it the same way. Is what I'm getting
Yeah.
at.
Whereas like the movie was
Despite
like
HBO
literally the
wanting you
book.
to compare it the same way, it can't be.
I think Zack Snyder did a good job
I thought he did
adapting, like a
solid
good
job.
enough job, but he also kind of missed the point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he
'Cause-
sort of had his own point. Had that movie come out 10 years later, I think it would have had a completely different reception because we'd be superhero movie out. You know what I mean? Like we'd be done with them.
Now wait,
And then if a Watchmen came out, you'd be like, like they're over gratuitizing violence, almost like the Boys.
yeah,
you know what
I see
mean?
what you're saying.
Oh,
The
okay.
Boys
If
is,
they had
my
waited-
understanding, The Boys is heavily inspired by Watchmen.
Yeah, exactly. If they had waited 10 years and gave us a darker Watchmen movie, like even if it because the ending they botched it and did this whole environmental thing when they should have done the actual alien plot coming down onto Earth. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the fall. I mean, they still made it a false
Sorry, I
flag,
just
which is
spoiled the
important.
Watchmen film
Yeah.
if you haven't seen it. It came out 2008.
And
Yeah.
sorry, we're
Not
gonna
on
spoil
it.
the Watchmen comic book for you too, and probably
It came
other
out in 85,
Alan
man.
Moore works.
Should have got on that.
So what you're saying is if it came out like now, where
Yeah.
we're all
Mhm.
superheroed out instead
That's
of
why
like
people are loving like The Boys.
Yeah.
Or, Invincible.
I mean,
with
even
Omni-Man,
Logan kind of falls into that
Logan,
category.
Yeah, exactly.
So when you obviously this is a story.
Yes. You want me to explain the story?
Yes.
I mean, maybe sometimes the work speaks for itself.
Actually,
It's
yeah,
up to you if you want to explain it. I'm not going to tell you not
actually,
to.
I wanted this to be a comic book that was like this particular scene. I wanted it to be exactly wordless. Like you could understand everything without a single word. So I didn't put a word on the panel unless it was a sound effect. So if you go back to the first page here.
This one.
Yeah, that one right there. So you tell me what's happening. Like I want you to tell me what's happening.
Birth.
Birth. That's a good answer.
A ship is being sent out.
Yes.
The ship is being born
Exactly.
from another ship. It looks like Spike Spiegel's ship, the small one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it kind of does look like the
From, at
swordfish.
least like the top view, yeah.
Yeah.
Have you I assume you'd be open to animating or illustrating a comic book.
Oh yeah, I have. I was working on one with some writer from Trafford that was writing a comic book about the dive bar scene in Trafford. So, yeah,
like a comedy?
yeah, sort of. It's starring like an angry Vietnam vet with a big beer belly who goes into bars and yells at people. That's sort of the plot. And I got about 2-3 pages done, and then my drawing tablet broke, and I never got back to it. And I haven't talked to the author in like a couple months. I bet you if I emailed him, he'd
What's
like, yeah, start that back up.
Okay, this is a question that I've had for a while about so since I took that graphic novels class at Point Park, and since I started reading like Watchmen and V for Vendetta and other comic books, how is like it's like Dave Gibbons is like listed, it's like by Alan Moore and Dave Gibbons,
Dave Gibbons
because
is the artist.
Yeah, and in a way like you drawing the art, you're like in a way you're also authoring the piece.
Yes.
It's like even more so involved than a director or cinematographer collaboration.
Because essentially a man gives you words and you have to turn it into visuals.
Yeah.
So, like,
Tell me what that's like.
So it's luckily for me, every artist I've ever worked with, like author I've worked with, has always said like, I can't draw, like it's stick figure theater, like so essentially anything I give them, they're grateful for.
Okay.
But there's a lot of people like how you describe something that happens, like the words you choose, like really sort of like have to dictate what I draw. Like if somebody tells me that something is vast, I'll draw a very tiny little thing like that. Like look at how vast space looks and how tiny that little chunk of planet looks. But like if you say that like the vastness of space, somebody might just like draw our solar system, or somebody might draw everything real tiny. You know what I mean? Like that's
like a 2-page thing.
Like you almost like when I was working with this guy, I almost wanted to like ask him what he wanted in every panel. Like I wanted like top left corner, like 12 panels on this page. Like if he had taken the time to like plan out how he wanted his pages to look, and then I drew them. You know what I mean?
Some
artists do that, or like some authors will do that. Like when Neil Gaiman does a comic book like The Sandman or something like that, he'll literally like write out on a sticky note like how he wants the panel set up to look like stick figure theater.
So like he's like envisioning what it would look like, but he's not really super great at drawing it himself.
So
I feel like that probably it's probably a more clear process the higher level you get to.
But a lot of some other different like authors will do like an outline. They'll send you an outline, and then you sort of have to craft how the book is made, and that's really difficult to like pull words into images and stuff like that. But it's fun.
I feel like that leaves you an opportunity for like some pretty cool shit though.
It does. It definitely does. And like I think that if a different artist illustrated the same words, like you'd have completely wild and different adaptations. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's the same thing as like a different DP shooting the same script with the same director.
Yeah,
You're gonna get a different film. You know what I mean? Different interpretations of story lead to different stories. You know.
Or the style is like so vastly different between the artists that will be drawing it.
Yeah. So did you? Because the other thing like Watchmen made me appreciate is the how like the medium you tell the story in affects the story that you tell.
Like how time.
Yes,
time
exactly
is
with
void in a
time.
comic book,
Because
you see a 2-page spread. you don't see like the first panel, you know.
What Watchmen allows you to do is see time the same way that Doctor Manhattan does, which is something you can't do
Past,
in a
present,
film.
future all at the same time.
Yeah. And that affects the story that they were able to tell, which is like special and important. Does that what was I gonna say? Does that did you write this one?
What this
This one right here. This
so,
is all from you. Sorry.
Yeah, this is me. This was so this is a character named Van Dixon who is like a space cowboy in a comic book I was working on called Existence. I spent like all summer 2019 working on this, or 2020, like during quarantine, working on this comic book. I wrote like 6 chapters, and then when it got around time to drawing it, I just like fell off because I had to go back to school, and I got busy with that. And now that it's been like a year or two, I don't like it anymore. I want to rewrite it, you know, make it better. And so this was like an opening, but I wanted it to be entirely wordless, so I didn't have to add anything else to my script.
Okay. So a bit of laziness.
That happens when you first like start doing something.
Yeah,
Of course.
Yeah.
And then.
But so you guys like said birth was happening or a ship was being sent out. What's happening here?
Oh, I mean, he's
they
vibing.
Were hunting. They were hunting him.
He's minding his own business, kind of like we were talking about with the moon in the previous work.
He's camping. He's having a good time. He's camping on this island.
He's like Spike Spiegel. He's just vibing.
Yeah, he's just having a good time.
And then this ship comes up and they zap him.
And they mess up.
But I'm confused. They zap him, but then he's on the ground and then he's in a tree. Oh.
That's what the glow is.
Yeah, he's
okay, so he teleports to dodge the laser beam.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
So that's why I didn't think that this like quite worked. Like you almost need the words to know that he's a teleporter, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like I explain it better in the next page. Like if you
That's the thing is like you can introduce a concept and people might not get it, but if you like double down later, it'll work.
I like my panel layout here. Like,
I think the panel layout is really good.
Because I went to graphic design school and like all we did was like panel layouts for magazines and stuff.
Okay.
So I had a lot of fun doing that. Like if this art stuff like never works out, I have a job in publishing if I want. You know, if I really want it, I can go and try. You know?
I don't think you're gonna need to.
Yeah.
I don't think you need to personally.
It's a good layout. I like the V. Like
the V is really
like I don't know. Most comic books that I've read are all just squares for the most part.
There's some wild ones. But yeah, this is the third page where I think I explained the teleporting better. I added sound effects. Bamf is the exact same noise they do in X-Men when Nightcrawler teleports.
Oh.
Okay.
Bam.
I love the superhero landing.
Yeah.
The superhero landing.
I looked at a picture. I literally looked at a picture of.
Peyton, can you zoom us in on that purple guy?
Yeah.
There we go. Yo, he's like.
This is some imagery. This is some crazy ass imagery.
Tim, what I like about this is this purple guy is slouched.
Yeah,
he's
so
not.
Comfy. He's so confident.
Yeah, like he doesn't care that this guy just teleported and like just wrecked.
Because he thinks he
this is the craziest shit he's seen all day.
He has the gun. Like he thinks like, oh, this guy can't do jack shit. Like I got a gun.
Yeah.
And then he like aims the gun at him, but then it turns out that Van Dixon has a grenade in his pocket. And then he teleports out of there.
I like that you gave him like a chin beard.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the goatee. Look at this.
Is that a division symbol in the background?
Yeah, I was just like trying to do like alien screens, you know.
Dude, that's just the Ed Sheeran album.
Yeah.
Wait.
This guy's a huge Ed Sheeran fan.
Wait, there's math, division, multiplication. What?
Colon. This dude's just vibing to the shape of you.
I love this.
I was literally just drawing little buttons. I figured it'd be so small that no one would ever notice what it was. You know?
I didn't notice until I zoomed in.
That's why I like it. Is like you don't have to like.
Yeah,
you get the idea of it.
If this was printed on paper, you'd need a magnifying glass.
It doesn't need to be specific.
What is this?
It was just like
Circle,
a little a thing he could press on his ship. You know, like I imagine like a console around with screens and stuff.
Yeah.
that
he just destroyed.
Yeah.
Oh, here's the whole thing. This is sick. I love the design of him teleporting though. Like this
Yeah, I like
glow.
the outline thing.
The outline is so good.
Did you ever watch Star Wars Visions? Have you watched that
well,
yet?
not all of it.
Remember
Did we
he
watch?
watched
Did we
part
watch that
here.
with you?
He watched
Yeah,
part
Dude,
here.
I was
watched
like
it.
pretty drunk
was
for
when
that.
I
I
was
don't really
crashing on the
remember.
couch.
Yeah, that was one of the times he was crashing on the couch.
But yeah, because you guys told me to watch the first one because it was like a samurai fight, which would be really cool. But I clicked on the second episode thinking it was the first one and had to watch that terrible punk pop band at Jabba's palace.
Oh, that was ass.
That was so bad.
That was the best thing I've watched on Disney Plus. Not gonna lie.
Oh, the samurai Star Wars bit.
Just
there?
just
First
Visions in
episode of
general.
Star Wars Visions. Check it out if you're still listening, Johnny.
If anyone's listen, if a Disney rep hears this, one, what are you doing to Disney? Two, make Star Wars Visions like its own series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Is that the whole comic, or is there more to it?
No, those
Okay.
are the three.
Yeah.
Dude, I would totally read this comic.
Yeah.
I'm interested. It's
The
not.
story was wild. Like, it was about, if I just sum it up, it was about a boy who is chosen by a space god to become the next space god, essentially. Like, it was called Godot, the Celestial Sage, because of that. There's that play called Waiting for Godot. That's like where a lot of people think it's like two guys waiting for God, like they're waiting for death. They're just waiting for a friend. Like, the author was like, if I meant God, I'd say God, but he said Godot, like it's a guy. So I called my god Godot. This guy. He's not actually like a. It's like a red herring.
He's just a homie.
Yeah.
If you were to look for like a writer to work with,
Mhm.
how do you go about that? Do you just like eBay man seeking
Yeah. So
graphic novel art
people do
writer?
it on Upwork and Fiverr. They'll like ask.
I know
for,
Fiverr, yeah.
Yeah. Upwork's better if you're an artist because like people will post what they like jobs that they want, and then you can post that like you'll do it. Like artists will apply to do it, whereas Fiverr's the other way around. You have a gig and somebody comes to you. More often than not, nobody's looking up your name when you're not, because there's like
Yeah.
there's like a couple hundred top sellers on Fiverr that get all the work, you know.
I
This one's an album art.
oh
This
wait
one
wait.
Yeah.
What kind of music?
Oh, it's a rap album art for the it's Smitten. He's a rapper.
Smitten.
This album's called The Spontaneous Smitten Experience.
He's spitting.
Might have to
Smitten.
contact this man about some
Smitten is
music videos.
spitting.
You might have to put me in touch.
His name's Brett. He's a really nice guy.
Might have to
But
do
he
some
loves
music
nature
videos for him.
stuff. He wanted it to be far more flowery, and then I made this one instead.
So I mean, I love this. This reminds
Yeah.
me of DreamWorks. The DreamWorks.
With
Oh,
the
yeah.
DreamWorks
Animation,
logo.
Mhm.
Fishing.
Yeah, this guy Smitten had messaged me about doing this album art, and he wanted it to be like real, like psychedelic and flowery. And I made like a couple different things, and he just didn't like any of them, and I was starting to get kind of frustrated. And then one of my assignments in school was a freestyle, draw whatever the hell you wanted. So I drew this and turned it in as my freestyle, got an A on it, and then I turned it in as this album art and made like $150.
You could have made a lot more. That's all
Yeah,
I'm saying.
yeah, I could have. The kid, he didn't have like this is his first attempt at
Trust me, I know how you feel.
you know, I guess.
This so you said he was looking for something psychedelic. Was his music like psychedelic rap, like Kid Cudi or like some of ASAP's work?
No, not really.
No.
I mean, you can look up the album. It's called The Spontaneous Smitten Experience. This is the album art. It actually has words on it, and the font I used was the same font IHOP uses. But it turned out looking cool.
What influence? What was your inspiration for using the IHOP
IHOP
font?
menus. The inspiration was that I needed a sans serif.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening, sans serif means without footing.
Yes.
So when you look at the Bible and all the letters have feet to them, that's a serif. Sans
Yes,
means without.
I learned that in graphic design school.
I learned that in my graphic design class, my 3 credit. No, dude, this is really fucking sick.
Yeah, this is my professor really liked this one. This actually isn't the one I turned in exactly because my professor didn't like how the water flows off both sides, but that I didn't have a waterfall coming out the other
Oh,
end.
that's bullshit.
Yeah, so what he had me do was put some green on the end there and make it look like the river like starts in the middle of that like essentially like.
Like a spring.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I kind of like how this looks better. But
I kind of like how this looks better too.
yeah.
The fact that it doesn't flow off both sides makes it more surreal.
Yeah. That's kind of what I was going for.
There's a theme in your work of floating Earth.
Yeah.
What's going on with that?
Um,
Like, where does that come from?
I find isolation addicting. So I guess that I kind of like the idea of having my own little world away from everyone else, you know?
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I gotcha. You ever think about homesteading? You kind of talked about that earlier.
Oh, I've had a lot of thoughts about homesteading, but I don't think I'd ever actually. You gotta have quite a chunk of money for that. I don't
Yeah.
have the survival skills to build it myself, you know?
I think I have like enough skills to learn to acquire more skills.
I have
just
enough
like
skills to like confidently say I could do it and then die in the woods like Christopher McCandless, you know?
I think I could do it and figure out the things that I don't know along the way.
You ever see Into the Wild?
We had the option to read the book in
Oh,
high
okay.
school, and it sounded like dog shit. That's why, so I didn't
like
read
the
it.
movie. The movie's pretty good.
The movie, I've seen clips from the movie. It looks interesting,
Mhm.
but I was also like 17. I didn't really know like what a good book was.
Yeah.
All right, this one I've been curious about. I've been
Ooh.
so curious about this one because
This
this
one
one
is
actually
spray paint
isn't
art.
in space.
This looks
Oh.
like
but
an
it's
album
in,
cover,
It's in
to be
Earth
honest with
space.
you.
Yes,
But
it's
see,
underwater.
The ocean is Earth space. Is space on Earth.
Well, they say we know like more about space than we do about the ocean.
Which is insane.
Yeah.
We've only explored like 20% of the whole underwater world
Which is
on the planet.
absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, this one is.
So were you watching SpongeBob and you
No, I
heard
wasn't
jellyfish
watching
can?
SpongeBob. I'd seen a couple people do some underwater.
Whoa.
Um,
Oh, okay, there we go.
I'd seen people do some underwater spray paintings. Like I think Sketch Art 88 on Instagram did one, and he's probably like the most famous spray paint art guy. And so I wanted to try it. And then I had this 10-year-old boy. Shout out Lil Mikey T on Instagram. He messaged me and he told his parents this is all he wanted for his birthday.
Really? So some
Aw.
kid. That's
Well,
awesome.
it turned out he was like cousins with my friend Noah,
Okay.
but like he just followed me on Instagram. Like he had no idea.
Yeah, it's like
No,
my
it-
big cousin's like friends is big time artist.
Anyway, so I sent him this one and I gave him a different one, and I rolled him up and I sent him all the way to. He lived in Scranton, like where the office is made. And yeah, but he gave me $25. He sent it through the mail. It cost $35 to ship it to Scranton, so I ate some money on this, but I didn't care. I
It's
felt
a
like
paying for a
I mean,
kid.
it's
I
a,
made-
yeah,
yeah,
for a
exactly.
kid,
I
it's a
made
gift.
I
It's
made a 10-year-old kid very happy. I gave
And
him
it
2
probably
paintings.
did. This is awesome. I bet he still has. I bet it's still up.
Oh, I'm sure.
I bet he
of it,
still
yeah.
has it up. How old is he now?
Oh, I have no idea. Probably like 12 or 13
Oh,
now.
that's awesome.
Do you tell that story on first dates? It's
No.
it's very
Dude,
it's
that's
very
a-
endearing.
That's a good. Well, he doesn't. Well, first he just has to. We know his go-to on first dates is just showing him the artwork.
Yeah.
I mean,
And then-
if you're an
and
artist,
this
that's
is
what
the
you have
second
to
date.
do.
This is the second date.
Yeah, the little Mikey T story.
The little Mikey.
That's his name on Instagram. It's Lil Mikey T.
That's
So-
awesome.
So wait, did you paint this before he asked you for
Yeah,
it, or
yeah, and then I posted it, and then he wanted it on
Okay.
the comment section.
what was your inspiration to do jellyfish?
Oh, I saw somebody do jellyfish on Instagram, but I don't see it enough. Like I feel like it was like easy to like carve the jellyfish shape in with the palette knife. And I
Okay.
didn't want to do any fish, because I don't like to do stencils or anything like that. It's just too much setup.
I think you're above that.
Yeah, a lot of spray paint artists use stencils. It gives you a lot more options. You know
You're
what I
not
mean?
you're
Like,
not
you
a lot
can,
of spray paint artists. Tim.
Yeah.
This is awesome. I love the coral. The coral,
coral
on the
is, like,
bottom
spot on.
looks
If you're still
so
listening
good.
and you want to check out some other spray paint artists, there's a hashtag that I'm in. It's like 30 spray paint artists around the world are all in like this group chat. It's called hashtag Spray Boys, like BOIZ.
Please.
Yeah, and all 30 of us use that hashtag. I actually hardly use it, but I have. I've used the hashtag
Actually,
before.
hardly.
But I'm in the chat, and I occasionally talk to them.
You're
I just
about
get
to start
busy.
using it now.
Yeah.
You're about to start getting active again.
I should, yeah.
Yeah.
But what's the deal with jellyfish? Other than, is there anything else besides just like people don't do it enough?
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people do it, but I saw it on one online, and I wanted to try it. You know, like I saw a painting of some jellyfish, and I was like, ooh, like I want to do jellyfish this time, you know?
And jellyfish are kind of like inherently psychedelic because they like some of them
Yeah.
light up.
Mm-hmm.
They're kind of pretty, but kind of they're also dangerous.
When I went to the beach as a kid one time, there was a bunch of dead jellyfish
Mhm.
all over. I think it was
Same.
Bethany Beach. We'd take them and like skip them like rocks in the water, because they were like hard, like little tiny.
Like
like
after they
rock-
dried.
Yeah.
Ah.
You just like skip them, like flick the wrist on it.
Can they still sting you at that point?
No, they're dead. They don't have any like,
Yeah.
prongs on them. They're just
The
tops.
ones that are on that
Mhm.
that come up. Oh yeah,
On the
those things.
beach.
I pick those things up all the
Okay.
time when I'm at the beach. They're really cool.
You guys ever
Yeah.
get stung by a jellyfish?
No,
It hurts.
I can imagine. Well, I guess it probably also depends on the size, because there are some that just feel like a pinch.
The one I got stung by felt like a really like the worst bee sting you could imagine times like 10, but not
Did
like
it leave a mark?
no.
Because
I was like 10 years old. I kind of don't
okay.
really remember it that much
Okay,
at
okay.
this
Because
point.
some of them will leave, like, the big ones will leave marks.
Well, I got caught up in the surf and I fucking smacked my head off the ground, and then I was coming out of the water and I got stung by a jellyfish.
Oh,
It was like double whammy.
Jeez.
Damn. That's
Alright.
next year.
Alright. Well, we gotta unzoom it.
You gotta unzoom first,
Yeah.
okay?
Oh, what a
Alright,
week! What
here
a
it
week!
is.
This is the week. This
Yep.
is the week,
Damn.
right?
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
is his birthday, or
Yeah,
is this the
Mac
week he
Miller's,
also died?
This is Mac Miller's birthday. I think he died
Birthday.
in October.
Yeah,
Rest
this
in
is his
peace.
birthday though.
One of
Rest,
the-
rest
one of the
in
greats.
peace.
Rest in peace, Mac
This
Miller.
this work needs to be zoomed up on. This work is incredible, and it's still purchasable.
So
you
yes,
can
this
still
one,
get some.
yes,
This one is
if you
still
would like
purchasable.
if you'd like a 20-inch by 16-inch print, $40. 20-inch by 16 by 12, and then 20 by 30 is 60.
So talk to me about this. I take it you're a huge
this
Mac
is
Miller
drawn
fan.
in like comic book style, like pencil, inking, and then coloring, just like that process I described earlier.
So you drew this by hand.
Well, I drew the sketch by hand, and then
Okay.
I took a picture of it, and then I inked it on the drawing tablet,
Okay.
and colored it on the drawing tablet. But I made this in March last year. I just wanted to do some like posters of musicians, because I was trying to sell posters on a website, but it never ended up happening.
I feel like that could still take off. Though,
Yeah,
like
definitely
if you
could
tried.
Still, yeah, I definitely could still. I just like never got around to it.
I feel like Displayed would probably like.
Yeah, like
feel like you could
I
apply
could
to
put this
them.
on display probably. You know.
Yeah,
Oh,
we've got
this is
we've
a
got
di-
some Displays.
This as a display would
Yeah.
be amazing.
For those who don't
actually.
know, Displayed is a service that does like metalworking posters that
Mhm.
look really cool.
And I mean, we have one right over there.
Yeah. and right
Peyton's
there,
got a bunch
Darth
in his
Vader.
room. Oh yeah, one over there too.
Oh,
And
that's
then they're
a
text-
limited edition one.
A lot of the times they're textured too, like the way they paint the steel is textured.
Mhm.
But yeah, so this was like a Mac Miller tribute piece. I just drew him from a couple different eras. There's like early Easy Mac with the cheesy raps down on the bottom there, sitting on the boombox.
Here, if we wanna, cause I'll zoom up on it.
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
New Mac, like Mac with the beard, and then the top one's like right before he died.
Jeez. Absolutely incredible work.
Thank you.
Absolutely incredible work.
Top 5 Mac Miller songs.
Ooh, okay.
Go.
My personal favorite Mac Miller song is 100 Grandkids.
Okay.
Like when I first made 100 Grands, but then also it's like, bless my mama with some grandkids, it's like 2 songs in one. But after that, I like The Spins. I think The Spins is amazing. I like Come Back to Earth, Surf, Self-Care. That's more than 5 already. I think it's called like El Diablo or something like that. I feel like that song goes hard. It's Rap Diablo maybe.
Rap Diablo,
Yeah.
El Diablo is
MGK
that's
album.
MGK.
Oh, okay. But yeah,
Yeah.
I think Mac's got a song called Rap Diablo.
Yeah, I think it's Rap Diablo. What about you, JoJo? On the sidelines, what's your favorite like Mac Miller song? If you have one.
Self-care.
Self-care. Okay. All right. I would probably say self-care.
Shit. Before I'm about to
You don't have.
I'm about to
don't.
ruin my Mac Miller cred, my rap cred, by saying my favorite Mac Miller song. Probably Knock Knock. Like I don't really listen to Mac Miller. I appreciate like him as an artist and what he did for Pittsburgh. I understand why people like him. He's just never someone that I never got into.
Nah, I love Mac Miller.
All right. Obviously.
They actually just the Mac Miller estate just used this picture in their birthday cards to Mac thing. That was on their website 90
Really?
92tillinfinity.com. Yeah.
They use this.
Well, yeah, but they used like millions of Mac Miller fan art.
Oh, it was
Okay.
like
That's
featured. It was like,
still
Yeah,
pretty
yeah,
fucking cool.
Oh,
It was
okay.
on the
That's
website.
awesome.
Uh-huh.
That's awesome.
That's still cool,
featured.
Yeah. It was like one of the birthday cards to Mac
Oh wow.
because he just turned 30.
I was saying, I feel like that's like your best one of your. I feel like I've seen a few people buy those. You know.
Oh yeah, I've sold like 4 or 5 of those.
I wish this one was available.
This one was my.
I
favorite
wish
painting.
this one was available.
My cousin Brandy
This
has
is-
that one. That's the
this
one
is,
that got like over 1,000
insane.
likes on Instagram, and then I
Yeah.
got shadow banned afterwards.
Oh,
This is the piece, you know?
dude, this one like I wish I could have this one. This one is so sick.
Yeah.
I love like the way that the stars I love that like when you do stars they look like nebulas. Like it looks like dusty. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Looks
yeah.
like,
That's because it's spray paint.
mm,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so good.
That's like one of the only ones I've ever done with planet rings.
Oh, like here.
Yeah.
Like
I just took
Saturn.
like a little hunk of cardboard and just did like this, whoosh, like in one swift motion.
wait. Run that by me again.
Run that by me again. Here, wait. We will.
Oh no, I need to see the like I was like one swift motion like, whoosh, like that, you know, like here.
So wait, was it like the side? If you cut a piece of cardboard,
Here,
was
wait,
it like
wait,
the
here.
side of the cardboard?
This is what I'll
Yeah,
do. Wait,
like
I'll
on the
make us bigger.
Now was it like
I'll make us
was it
bigger.
like a thick piece of cardboard
Yeah,
yeah,
with
it's
like
a
the
real chunky-
perforation, or was
Do
it
you
like a
wanna
thin
do
one?
the- Do you want to do it
Like a
again?
beer
Yeah,
box.
It was like a real chunky piece of cardboard.
Okay.
And you know how like inside
The cardboard.
the edge of a cardboard it has like all those little like divots.
Like the
little
zigzags?
lines. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's why there's all these different little lines in here. Is that's from each of those little zigzags touching onto the paper while it was wet, and then me doing one swift whoosh motion.
Dude,
Like
that's fucking
or
cool.
Trying to get it to go the other way. Whoosh. Yeah. Anyway.
Whoosh. Whoosh.
Yeah.
When you're making your fucking paintings, especially the spray paint. Well, when you're making these, how do you like? Where do you get the idea to like, I'm gonna fucking use a piece of cardboard like this? Not really an art tool.
Because I just sort of use stuff that's lying around my garage for
So-
the most part.
So
Yeah.
you're
Whatever
like,
you can
this
find.
place is a mess. Let me see what I can grab.
Yeah, something like that. I mean, a lot of people will use foam for stuff like that. Like,
I assumed you used foam for
Yeah.
a lot of your stuff.
yeah, I mean, if I have foam board laying around, but I also think cardboard works just as well if it's just laying around there. But yeah, for this one I used a cap, like a normal cap for a spray paint for both of those planets. I think that was just a smaller one.
How did you do the
Okay,
the
so
star,
I have-
the sun?
Yeah, I have a
the
straight
flash
edge.
of light.
I have something. It's called a paint guard. You can get it at like Walmart or Home Depot, but it's like a handle with like a metal flat end, like a metal ruler sticking out of a handle.
Kind of like have you ever laid brick?
Yeah, kind of like
Kind of like a
that.
bricklaying
But it,
spatula.
instead of it being flat, it's like this. Like
Yeah.
you have like a credit card. You know what I mean?
Where's Google? Here.
Yeah, Google a paint guard.
Here, I'll get
Fuck, I
I'll
can't.
get
But
it. I'll get it.
what I
Dude,
what
I'm
I do
lost.
is
I'm lost.
I spray paint the paint guard at the top so that the paint hits the top of it and then
Okay.
falls down on the flat edge to do like a flat line. But then since I sprayed it at the top, like it sort of like disperses and that's why it looks all dusty like
Was
that.
it-
Like
I
white
think
juice.
I think I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Paint guard.
Yeah, one of those. It's like a flat edge, So I'll spray paint the top of this, and then it'll fall down to the flat edge, and then leave back like a straight line. So I'll do that like in like a star
Like
pattern.
a razor
or, like,
blade.
Yeah,
Like a
exactly.
razor
Okay,
blade.
cool.
Yeah, but it's real long. It's like the size of your keyboard.
Oh.
Ah.
Okay, it's like the
Yeah.
size of this. Interesting. Interesting. Let me pull back up the boop. All right.
When you're gonna do when you're gonna do one of these spray paint paintings, how do you like? 'Cause there's a theme of like mountains and
Mhm.
water and space in these, which I
Yeah.
love.
Uh-huh.
It's like surreal nature.
Mhm.
Where do you get the idea to like?
Um,
Where do you like? Okay,
my
today I'm gonna make a
inspirations.
fucking volcano.
well,
Today I'm gonna make this. Like, where do you like? this is what the images can look like.
I usually don't plan out what the image looks like before I start. I usually start with a white piece of paper, and I just put some color on canvas until I see something I like, and then I keep it there, work around it.
So you're kind of just like whittling down an idea.
Yeah. Occasionally I'll go in with a plan. Like if somebody specifically wants something,
Yeah.
like then I'll start. Or I'll do like a sketch on top or anything like that.
Okay.
Or like that wizard I had to like do afterwards.
Yeah.
Like, I added the wizard at the end and stuff like that. But like this was real time. That was all real time.
That's really cool. That's
Like,
interesting.
these two probably took about. That one probably took like 9 minutes. This one probably took like 15 to 20. And that one was probably like 45 to an hour adding the wizard on the end, you know?
The clouds, like the fog, that looks
Yeah.
like very realistic.
I just used like a piece of 50-cent like poster board and then sprayed white and then sprayed a darker color and sprayed another one, but I'd ripped it in like a cloudy shape to get that edge over and over again.
Oh, and well, that's all
That's all the ones I sent you.
That's all the pieces of work. We've been let's see the
What's our time at?
hour 10.
Hour 10.
Hour 10.
Do you want to
hour
pull?
11 right
we
now.
well, we already kind of started talking about these. Do you want to pull these down and
Yeah.
talk about them?
You jump.
Here, let me.
Here, let's show people what. Let's show this wizard one first, since you're just talking about the
Okay.
fog.
Here, I'll hold it.
Yeah, and I sent it in.
Hold it a little higher so they can see all the fog.
So this
we
one,
we can tip the camera down.
Oh yeah, we can do
Oh,
that
yeah.
now. We can do that now. Set it up. Yep.
Yeah.
There we go.
See,
Bam.
I initially wanted to do like a Sauron like castle thing.
It
you know?
it does give me Sauron vibes.
And the problem is that I made the castle like too chunky and I screwed up and I didn't like how it looked, so I just like carved stairs into it. So I made it like a stairway up to something, and then I was like, well, it has to lead up to something sort of important. So I did like a gold like eggy sort of like MacGuffin device,
Mm-hmm.
and I have this wizard doing some magic on it.
It looks like it looks like a pine cone like thing. You know what I'm talking about?
It's like a gold, it's Rust-Oleum gold, and then I yellowed it.
that's all. That's very realistic looking fog.
Thank you. Yeah, that's just layers of different colored paint on top of each other from real far away, so that it like barely touches the.
That's so cool. This makes me think of
Fire
like
mountains.
Mount St. Helens.
Yeah. This one I wanted to do like a fiery lightning-y sky, and so I sort of like started this. I did this whole thing, and then I needed to put something in the sky, and I
Mhm.
added this mountain range, and then this water. I reflected the colors.
Oh, that's water.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I thought that was like a river of lava.
No, well, yeah, I guess it could be a river of lava, but it's the same color as the sky. You know what I mean? It can be anything. It's art. It's all subjective. But like the colors of the sky reflect down here.
Where did you get the idea of like I want to make like a fiery sky?
So some people think, I guess it doesn't matter because it all is
Yeah,
subjective.
Yeah, that it's a
Some
volcano.
people think it's a volcano.
Yeah.
Some people think it's a lightning bolt.
Yeah.
Because of
Well,
the-
there are lightning in volcanoes.
Oh, yeah.
I've never heard of that before.
Yeah,
Really.
no,
That's
like
pretty wild.
so when a volcano erupts, the smokestack of like ash and carbon and like smog, it goes up and it will often create thunderstorms.
Oh, really?
Because of like the way it interacts with our atmosphere. Yeah,
That's
and there'll be
pretty wild.
lightning inside
Oh
of
yeah, hot and cold like chasing each other.
yeah, there'll be lightning inside of a plume.
That's pretty wild. But yeah. So I saw a painting with like a very similar shape to the sky thing, and it just sort of like inspired me that I wanted to make one that looked
Sweet.
my own like better. You know what I mean?
You're like I could do that.
Yeah.
What's
But I wanted to use all primary
You wanna grab
colors
that
for that one.
Yeah.
So it's
well,
all
of course.
blue, reds, and
I
yellows.
like that one the most because not just because
The
it's
middle
mine,
one.
but that's the one I like the most too. That's the one I was hoping I would get
Oh, the-
personally.
Which
You want me
one,
to
the
grab
middle
that?
Yeah, that
Well, 'cause-
one's, that
so-
one's mine. So we're all dividing those up.
We
between us, so.
the roommates pitched in for these three,
Yeah.
but there's an unwritten agreement of who's taking what when we move out
Yeah.
and go our separate ways
So-
whenever that may be. We don't know.
This painting, I wanted to do like a beginner painting again, like one planet, like one shape of land, and then like one water source, but with more of a or more of like a mastery on the techniques. You know what I mean? Like
Nice product placement.
Oh,
It was like perfectly framed. Like the logo is perfectly framed in the camera.
Here, I'm gonna frame it up on the moon here.
On the moon.
Shout out to a Yingling Golden Pilsner, Pennsylvania company, America's oldest brewery.
America's oldest brewery.
These go really well with backwoods honeyberry. Sorry, as you were saying.
My dad said he's missing Sven Woolley for this. That would be a public access TV host that plays horror movies.
That's not a whole lot to miss.
I don't know. You haven't seen the program.
Sorry, Mr. Powell, but you made the right choice. You made the right choice.
What are the viewers at right now?
Anyways,
Dude,
alright,
we're at 8 viewers. Dude, 2 more to get double digits. Come on. Can we make it to double
my.
digits? Like and subscribe. Hit that bell.
Fans and half's my family.
Hey, it's whatever. A view's a view. A view's a view. If we reach double digits, that'd be pretty sick, actually.
For those 8 of you, like, subscribe, and follow us on Instagram.
Yes.
Tell your friends, tell your enemies.
Tell your enemies. Remember.
That's gonna be my new slogan.
This is a very what would you call this? Like, where would you put this on the spectrum of like? Because like, there's like neutral, chaotic, evil.
It's definitely not lawful.
It's definitely not lawful.
I'd say it's chaotic good.
Chaotic good. Yeah, I think we're chaotic good as well.
Or maybe neutral good, because like we
Neutral
do have
good?
a semi-organization of like
I think it
this
depends per
episode.
I think it depends per
Well, I
episode.
think the overall structure of the podcast is this episode we're interviewing Tim about his work.
That's
Next
why I watched you
episode.
guys shit talking movies and then Game of Thrones in one.
That's definitely chaotic.
Well,
good.
next week we're talking about The Witcher. So it's like
Okay.
Or
each
not next week, but the next episode.
next episode. Supposed to be 2 weeks from now. We're talking about The Witcher. So it's like we have like a structure to like what the episodes are going to be.
Yeah, roughly so.
But within that structure, each episode is very chaotic.
Yes, very.
So maybe chaotic neutral.
But this one's very simplistic, which I like. And then this has a lot of, not that this is like what your inspiration was, but this has very Man on the Moon vibes.
Yeah, I didn't intend to. I wasn't thinking about cutting when I painted this one, but it's definitely a big ass moon in front of me.
It's a very big ass moon.
Dude, this is like
This one I wanted to do all secondary coloring, purples, oranges, and greens, which I used like a cyan-y sort of blue. 'cause I didn't have
yeah, I
And
see what
then
you're saying.
For the Fire Mountain one, I wanted it to be all like
Primaries.
Yeah, primaries.
That is fucking sick, dude.
It's so good. Okay, let's.
Dude, I love this one. This makes me think of like a national parks. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I see. But yeah, it's like those mountains I like a lot.
This makes me think of Alaska in a lot of ways.
Next.
I want to talk to you about Kid Cudi later on. Once we've gone through these, I want to ask you. I want us to discuss Kid Cudi. So, as we mentioned before, the 4 smaller ones that were on the back of the couch. Tim is a very gracious, friendly individual, and he painted these 4 for the roommates that live on the Crashing on the Couch estate.
Estate. I love that.
I
Estate.
crashed on this couch, and y'all bought me quite a few drinks. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. So.
One of the other roommates that lives on the Crashing on the Couch estate. We're talking about the Christmas paintings. Yeah, getting on. Y'all remember longtime guest
Big
of the
ol'
cast,
Brennan.
Brennan. Good to have you back.
Get the axe handle.
Yo, Brennan, you want a ying?
Oh no!
What are you doing?
We'll have to grab it. We'll have to.
Plumber's
Oh no! Shield your eyes!
This is
Shoot your
not a
eye.
family-friendly show. It's okay. Yo, you want a yinger, King?
I'm good for right now. So does the podcast just see my ass?
Yeah, they do.
Just slightly. Not that much.
Well, subscribe to my OnlyFans for more.
Mac Miller rules. Amen. All right.
All
Well,
right, so let's go. Let's talk about this.
Yeah,
This
talk
is
about
beautiful,
this.
dude.
Oh yeah, so I essentially these 4 paintings were like digital illustrations, and I sort of just like
Wait.
basically for all the 4 people that lived here, I like Googled a word and then looked at a bunch of inspiration around that word on Google Images and then like made a painting based on that. So for Derp here, I looked up like a cyber city, like a cyberpunk sort of esque like city, like that sort of thing. And I just looked at a bunch of like Blade Runner images and stuff like that. and put together this little piece of like a neon city with a couple looking out on it on the terrace. I missed that.
So our
wait, are
other
you-
roommate turned on the podcast, and what he opened was Brennan's ass crack.
Let's be honest, ladies and gentlemen. Bren's ass crack is a work of art.
It's a work of art in itself. Got him. Sorry about that. Sorry to interrupt.
So Tim, are you like a? You painted this for Peyton, and it's cyberpunk.
Yeah.
Not the game per se, but the genre.
Yeah.
80s synthetic style.
I
type
knew he
stuff.
liked sci-fi stuff.
It fits well with the Midnight, which, as we know, is Peyton's more or less favorite band that we play before the show, that we discussed ad nauseum last episode. Are you like a cyberpunk neo noir kind of guy, or are you like? Talk to me about that.
Really cool.
Neo-noir
I
is
like
another
the
good
aesthetic of a lot of
There's a book titled Neo Noir that I read parts of in college.
I really like the colors involved in like most of the artwork. Like I love big bright contrast. I love big bright colors with like dark backgrounds.
Darks, yeah, I love that too.
Those are really cool.
It's one of my favorite genres of film.
Yeah, the colors are always really cool. Like it's a lot of cyans and pinks and stuff. Oh, the accent that I made for Brennan.
Oh shit, we gotta talk about this, dude. Let's finish these.
Okay.
Yeah. Leave it at the side, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so what's your favorite neo noir or like cyberpunk
Movie probably.
What's your favorite neo noir film? Blade Runner?
Yeah.
What do you think about 2049?
2049. The sequel one.
Which
I
one do you
like that.
prefer?
I prefer the original.
Okay.
I think just because Harrison Ford, they got that dude with the white hair has that hard line about like tears or like
All these moments will be teardrops in the rain.
teardrops of rain. Yeah. Like
I didn't like Blade Runner 2040 or the
You
original.
didn't
No,
like
no. I loved 2049. I did not like the original
really?
Blade Runner.
Well,
Yeah.
Which version of the original did you watch?
I've
The
watched
fact that
both.
there's so many, because there's three.
There's
Yeah,
three.
yeah.
I've watched.
three.
So
There's the
originally,
theatrical, the final cut, and the director's cut.
what I was gonna say is I did not enjoy. I've watched the original and the director's cut.
Mm-hmm.
I thought they were both overhyped, but I really love that line about teardrops in the rain.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Like every time I see that frame on Instagram with the caption,
Mhm.
my like skin crawls and I think deeper thoughts about it. I don't know.
That's cool.
It's a good film.
Yeah, it's I like Harrison Ford. I like the whole like conspiracy theory. Is he a replicant? Is he not?
I think Ridley Scott said he is.
Yeah, and then they sort of said he wasn't in the sequel, but
Yeah.
anyway.
I liked 2049 a shit ton.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, I thought it was good. I liked Ryan Gosling. I like how Dave Bautista was in it for that cameo.
Yeah, I'm disappointed he didn't have a larger role.
He can do Drax, but can he really act?
I mean, he acted well for that scene.
Mm.
Could he have acted really well for the whole
He can take
film?
RKO pretty well, I guess.
I want to see Dave Bautista. I don't know. Dave Bautista's been going on some dummy shit about COVID, so I'm kind of like, eh. But like his acting ability, if we're gonna look at that in a vacuum, as we should,
I think
I
he's
would
just
like-
one of the Bond films.
he was in the one. He's on the Spectre. He's in Spectre.
Yeah.
I'd like to see him in a dramatic role for like the whole film. You know, maybe not the main character, but I'd like to see him in a drama as like a secondary character.
He's more of like a brute character, comic relief.
I think he could pull off
I want to see
drama.
him in that Stuber movie with Kimmel. I want to see how bad that is. Might be worth watching.
Wait, Stuper? I think
Yeah,
I've
it's
heard of
called
this.
Stuber. It's like it's Kimmel, like the Indian actor. You know.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I don't know his work, but
He's
I
in
think I know
Uber
the film.
Driver,
Yeah,
so-
yeah.
And he's taking around Batista who's like a hitman.
Okay.
It's like it's almost like Deadpool when that like Uber driver goes.
Yeah. Is it good? Have you seen it?
No, I haven't.
I-
And I want to see it.
the trailer
It's
looked funny.
quite ridiculous, you know.
Hey, we should watch that sometime.
Maybe.
Then we can talk about it on the podcast.
Oh yeah, then we can have him back. We can have Tim back on for the podcast.
Bro, you're struggling with this fucking
I
frame.
can't. It's not going in right. It's just not going in right.
Yeah, these frames are a little tough. Sorry about that.
Anyway, here's the next one.
there we go.
This one I did for Ethan. It's like based on ancient civilizations and whatnot.
Here,
A
slide it
lot of
this way
people
a little
say
more.
it looks like Temple Run. If you're familiar with the
It does look like
2011
Temple
era.
Run. My first thought was Avatar, but
Yeah, I definitely had some Avatar inspiration going on.
Now,
There we
Tim,
go.
you
Now
said
that's
this was
in there.
what you told me
Think?
was this was
Yes.
based on our conversation about ancient
Yes,
slash.
me and Ethan once had a conversation talking about ancient civilizations, the Dead Sea Scrolls, and like the dawn of
Atlantis.
the universe and whatnot.
Atlantis,
Yes,
the
we
younger
talked
Dryas
about
impacts.
Atlantis and
Do you want to
the
talk about that? We can
Enoch
talk
and
about that later. We can talk about it now.
Our time is dwindling, my friend.
True.
I'd probably gotta get out of here before 10. Ugh.
I gotta get going.
I mean,
personally.
Yeah.
That's up to
So-
you, man. I mean, I can close this out without you.
Alright.
Yeah, that's
It's
what
up
I'm
to you.
wondering. So, yeah, I'm gonna
I mean,
have
it's
to
only-
get going without.
It's only 9:30, but
I'm gonna have to get going.
all right.
So,
Alright. Actually,
Well-
I should. What time is it?
well,
So, do we want to finish talking about these?
Yeah, I'll finish talking about these paintings and then I should probably go too.
okay. Well,
Sounds good, man.
I'm gonna step out.
All right.
Alright.
Yeah.
So,
See you there.
see everybody. These they're gonna close it out without me. You guys can. I trust you guys to figure it all out. It's labeled pretty easily. And we're done doing the hard part.
That's good.
Doing all of this.
We just gotta be able to
So you
hit
don't have to
end.
worry about this.
Yeah.
stuff.
No, we got it.
So, all right, cool.
Alright.
All right. Well then, I'll catch you guys later. Please like and subscribe.
Oh my.
Hit the bell for notifications for whenever we go live. We go live every 2 weeks. Just in case Ethan forgets to mention this stuff. Follow the Instagram. Follow Tim Powell. Buy his art. He's phenomenal. He deserves the
Specifically
support.
That second one.
He clearly deserves the support. His email's in the description. His for his Instagram is also in the description. So yeah.
Subscribe to my
go.
OnlyFans.
Whoa.
That too, I guess.
That too.
I guess.
All right.
Brandon-
So, all right. What about this one? This is the one you did
Okay.
for Matt.
Yeah, this one I don't know.
As you guys know, Matt is our reoccurring Kramer-like guest who
Yeah.
shows up at random times and hits us with some wild shit.
I was told that he liked World of Warcraft, so
He is a huge World of Warcraft fan.
World of Warcraft
Get the glare
concept
off this.
art, and I just sort of merged some stuff all into one piece, and then I had to make it really trippy colors so that it'd be fun for me to paint.
So this is like one of their cities burning.
Yeah, I just saw like a picture and was like, I'm gonna do something like that, and then just sort of went.
It's interesting that you were able to make this off of just off of World of Warcraft pictures, because
Yeah.
this is really fucking sick.
Thank you. Yeah.
All right. And then this is the one you painted for Brennan.
Yeah, this was the one for Brennan. Brennan, whose ass crack you just saw. He,
Yeah, you guys know Brennan. He was on our drunk cast and
he
various
likes medieval
other
stuff.
podcasts.
So I wanted to do like a knight in a castle thing. So it's like a lone ranger-y knight sort of guy, looking at a castle in the distance that he'll probably have to take on or something. You know, like a scene out of Lord of the Rings.
So, dude, this is really sick.
Yeah.
Like,
Thank you.
very like this could be a book cover.
Yeah, it does look. It looks book cover-esque. That almost looks like a Dracula castle sort of thing, like in Sunset.
I like how you did like the fog down here. This looks like
Yeah,
real
it's-
fog.
That's because I didn't want to add any. I didn't want to draw any more rocks.
It can be like concept art for Castlevania.
There you go.
Dude,
Sell it
it
to
could
Castlevania.
actually. Do you watch a lot of anime, Tim? Any?
Wow, my aunt's watching. Do I do what?
Do you ever watch anime? Because JoJo mentioned Castlevania.
Oh, I've never seen Castlevania. My friend Henry always tells me to watch that. I liked Cowboy Bebop. I like Naruto.
That's right.
Some of Dragon Ball.
We've discussed Cowboy
I watched
Bebop.
the first 14 episodes of Demon Slayer. I didn't think it was all that.
I watched the first 3 episodes of Demon Slayer.
Mhm.
I was like,
They
cool
just did that
con.
movie. So many people have asked me to go see that movie.
No one's asked me to go see that.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's out. It's out and gone now. You know.
Yeah.
Alright.
I did not want to go see it.
No, yeah, I don't know. I don't want to shit talk Demon Slayer because I might still like it. Like, I think the art's really cool.
The art
Like,
style is cool.
yeah, I don't know. I just couldn't get into the story. But also, I only gave it 14 episodes and it's several hundred, so maybe
Wow.
I didn't give it honest.
Only 14 episodes.
Yeah.
You
If you try
only
to tell
scratched
like
the surface.
one of those
Tim.
guys that are into anime they'll be like, you didn't give it a fair chance, you know.
Well, Cowboy Bebop is like 26 episodes, and,
And it's- yeah, it's
that's
really
that's
good.
plenty of chances to wow
But
me.
One Piece is over 1,000. So.
Well, you know,
Caught up in every episode.
JoJo, you've seen every episode of One Piece. Holy hell!
we got a One Piece man in the house.
Oh my! How many hours is that?
That was all my 11th grade year.
Okay. JoJo's been watching One Piece
For
since
like-
his 11th grade year in high school to now his 11th or his junior year of high school to junior year of college, right? There you go, 4 years. And it's still going. Show's still on.
Never ends.
Never ends. It's been around since like the 90s or something. Like
The
it's
90s,
been airing
really?
forever. Yeah. It's still airing.
Damn, I remember people talking about it when I was like in high school, but
Mhm.
I did not know it was
It's
that
like
old.
some kid eats a fruit and he has like Gumby's powers, but he's also a pirate or something. I don't really know much about it.
Yeah, I know Mr. Fantastic is on a pirate ship, and that's about it.
Yeah.
My sister's boyfriend is really into One Piece, and I like make fun of him for it.
Yeah.
But I bought him a One Piece painting for Christmas, so.
Okay. I probably gotta go soon.
Okay. We should wrap this up, but before we do,
Okay.
would you like to talk about this axe handle?
Oh yeah, yeah, of course.
So,
So
you guys know Brennan, our roommate, who
yes, he
has been on the podcast many a time. He used to be an axe throwing coach.
do you want to shut up real
Yeah.
close?
He
Anyway, Brennan told me a couple weeks before Christmas that he was gonna quit his job, and then he didn't, and then he was gonna get a job at like at an
I'm not
axe
sure if
throwing
you're
place.
supposed to say that, dude.
Oh.
Oh well. I mean,
Anyway,
it's funny.
But
I mean,
anyway, he told me
he
that
didn't.
he was going to work at an axe throwing
He
place.
used to work at an axe throwing
Well,
place.
he told me
was
that
very
he was
good at it.
again. You know,
He was gonna
So,
return. That was the that was the plan at the
and he
time.
purchased this axe handle and he wanted me to customize it. And so I would engrave. Oh my God, you're ruining my custom art, man.
Bro, I'm ruining my mouse.
But it's a hunk of hickory wood that I burned some Celtic symbols into, and then stained it maroon,
Dude, this is nice.
and then added some gold. Yeah,
Sweet.
I don't really know what
The
any of
axe would go here.
Yeah, the axe would go there, and I kind of wish that I hadn't put those little symbols up so high, because they'll probably be covered when an axe handle goes on.
He was telling me that's why he hasn't put an axe on it.
Oh,
he didn't
really?
He didn't want to like cover this up.
Oh,
Tell him he's gonna hang it.
it looks so much cooler with a handle on it, or like a head on it, you know?
Hey, I mean, maybe you can tell him that. Maybe he would throw a handle on it
Okay.
if you told him.
I
that.
wanted to see it in action. Like, I have a video of me making it, but I wanted it to end with him throwing it.
So, you should tell him that. I feel like he
Okay.
would do it if you told him that.
All right. Yeah, I don't care if he scuffs up that paint. See, man. Fine.
Blow him a kiss,
There's
Peyton.
out of here.
Oh, okay. I'll blow him a kiss.
Jesus Christ. All right. I guess I should probably get.
Do you want to wrap this up?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, okay.
All right.
Well,
Cool.
is there? This is not gonna be obviously not the last time you're on here, so we can always
Yeah,
talk
yeah.
more in the future.
I can be persuaded to come back.
Persuaded with drinks and whatnot.
Maybe money.
Maybe money.
Uh,
Is there anything you would like to add about art or your process, or is there anything like we forgot to talk about?
You can email me at timpowellart@gmail.com if you want a painting. Buy some art. Follow my Instagram. I don't really
What's
have
your
much else.
his
My
Instagram
is
is in the tag.
timpowellart
It's in the description.
on Instagram. And very soon, God willing, there will be a website.
God willing. If you need help with that, let me know.
Okay.
'Cause
Yeah.
I've made multiple
Alan said he'd help
websites.
me, and then you know him. Like I'll never hear from him.
Well,
All right.
we got you on the website. Don't worry about it. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. This is our
Take care. I can't
highest.
believe all of you watched.
Tim,
Jeez.
you're a celebrity.
Yeah, eight people wasted their evening with me.
Well, yeah, probably.
All right.
Thanks, guys. Have a good night. Alright, now here's like 10 minutes of me trying to figure out how to fucking clip.
I'm muted, so. I'm not